Hello friends. So today we are going to solve another problem solving question from the topic rate and work. All right. So let's just look at the question. A paint crew gets a rush order to paint 80 houses in a new development. Okay. So let me also write down everything, all the information that's given in the question. Okay. So it helps to break down the question. So there are total 80 houses they want to paint. They paint the first Y houses at a rate of X houses per week. Okay, so out of 80, they paint about Y houses at the rate of X houses per week. So they are basically painting X houses per week. Again, total they paint Y houses. So if Y houses are painted, how many houses are left to be painted? So that would be 80 minus Y, right? Now let's see what happens next. Realizing that they will be late at this rate, they bring in some more painters and paint the rest of the houses at the rate of 1.25x houses per week. All right. So now the remaining houses they paint at the rate of 1.25 x houses per week, right? So now they've increased the number of houses that they are painting per week. Okay. Let's go to question. Now, the total time it takes them to paint all the houses under this scenario is what fraction of the time it would have taken if they had painted all the houses at the original rate of X houses per week. Now, again, let us break it down. Okay, so first part of the question, the total time it takes them to paint all the houses under this scenario. All right, so let us see what would be the total time under this scenario for them to paint the house. So um, so we know that, just let me just review the formula here. Rate is what? It is work divided by total time taken to finish that work, right? So how would you calculate time if you have work and rate both? So total time taken, if you have work and rate, it will be equal to work divided by rate, isn't it? So now that's what we are going to do. So let us first find out the total time taken under this scenario. All right. So under this scenario, how much time is taken to paint all the 80 houses? So we know that first Y houses were painted at the rate of X, right? So this is rate, this is work. So it will take some time plus remaining houses 80 minus Y were painted at the rate of 1.25x, right? Let us try and simplify this. So if you know how to solve the uh, numbers in the fractional form, what will you do? You know x is common in both the denominators, so let us just multiply 1.25 in the numerator. So you will have 1.25y plus, now here you have 1, so if you multiply it by 1, it will be the same, 80 minus y divided by, this will be 1.25x. Okay, so if you just simplify, so y 1.25y minus y is going to be 0.25y plus 80 divided by 1.25x. So now we have this is x. So now we have the time under this scenario. All right, now let's go back to the question. So it says the total time taken under the scenario, which is this, is what fraction of the time it would have taken if they had painted all the house at the original rate of X houses. So now we have to find out the time taken if they paint all the houses at the rate of X houses per week. Okay. So in that scenario, let's say second scenario, the time would be again the same. So total work will be 80 because they are painting all the houses at the rate of X. Okay, now let's go back to the question. So they are saying this, they're asking this time is what fraction of this time, right? So that means this is going to be numerator and this is going to be denominator. Let's do that. So 0.25y plus 80 divided by 1.25x. This entire thing is divided by 80 by x. Okay, so now we know that x goes up and 80 will be there down in the denominator. So you will have 0.25y plus 80 into x divided by 1.25 x into 80, or let me write it like this. So now you can cancel x and x like this. Okay, so now you are left with, let me just write it down here so that you know it will be more clear to you. So now you are left with 0.25y plus 80 and divided by, you have 1.25 into 80. Now what is 1.25 into 80? Multiply. So what will you get? 0.25y plus 80, and this is going to be equivalent to 12.5 into 8. So what is 12.5 into 8? So that will be 100. Okay, so let me just separate these two terms. So 0.25y by 100 is going to be 0.0025y plus this is going to be 80 divided by 100 is going to be 0.8, right? And which option gives you that? Option B gives you that, right? So your answer here is going to be B. So you see, every time you come across a very complicated problem, try to break everything down, every information that's given, and try to conclude as much as you can from the given information. That will make your question easier. I hope that helped. Thank you.